All right, Garion, let's go to center here. North of 7K, one that's catching your eye. We see the two guys who absolutely own this league, Jokic and Embiid. One of them in a better spot. You want to save some cash here?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you have Luka in a lineup, like I've suggested, you probably can't have one of those guys. So I won't cheat here. I'll take someone who's like quote unquote affordable. And perfect segue from what Nick was talking about. I think Evan Mobley is a fantastic target, especially considering there might be a better target at this position on the Cavaliers. But by the rules of this game, I can't talk about him. Kevin Love at $6,900.
Oh my God.
But Evan Mobley, $7,600 coming off arguably the best offensive game of his career. I mean, career high 29 points. Had a 33% usage rate. I mean, there's no guards left on the Cavaliers roster, and Garland's out again tonight. So I think you look at someone like Mobley, who really has a diverse skill set. I mean, he's someone who can facilitate and kind of play point forward for this Cavaliers team. I mean, Charlotte's not the Rockets, but they're also pretty close to being the Rockets when we come to look at DFS matchups. So I think Mobley's in a fantastic spot, but you could also save with Kevin Love.
All right, cool. Nick, what's your strategy here?
Someone's trying to get those Kevin Love picks out early before we get to that part of the show, because maybe other people are going to pick Kevin Love. But either way, I think that's a good call. Obviously, Mobley as well. But if you're looking at Embiid or Jokic tonight, if you're trying to pick between those two, I would go with Embiid. Dallas does not handle big men well without Porzingis. We talked about that earlier in the week with Wendell Carter Jr., Serge Ibaka, both had double-doubles recently. There have been other guys too. So I like him if you're picking between the two. If you're trying to save more, because I think there's plenty of good options tonight, just in general in the 8K range, Christian Wood is my favorite tonight going up against the Spurs. He's had a great month. His lone hiccup came against the Spurs a little recently, but he also had a good game against them this month too. This is the highest total on DraftKings Sportsbook tonight. Even if Hurdle does play, I still like him in this matchup because the Spurs generally don't do as well against bigs. If Hurdle does play, he makes it even better. Regardless, I also like his points prop over 20.5 on DraftKings Sportsbook as well.
Matt, how much money are you planning on spending here at the 5?
Yeah, I think I'm going to spend the 12.3 on Joel Embiid. So to start with, I do have to mention Nikola Vucevic, because if we get the situation where Levine and DeRozan rest, now we have to move over to Vucevic. So there's a lot going on with the Bulls, but Embiid is a much more stable pick, I think. The Sixers should have all their guys playing. And I think this is it's similar to what I've said on many other occasions when we have Embiid and Jokic both on the slate. I think this comes down to ownership, and I think more people like playing Nikola Jokic. He contributes in more statistical categories, and he has what seems on paper to be a better matchup against the New Orleans Pelicans. But I do think it's a good point that without Kristaps Porzingis, Embiid does maybe have a sneaky good matchup going against some of these backup Dallas bigs. So it might be, at the very least, it's a better matchup than it normally would be against the Mavericks. And Embiid's a little bit cheaper. You get $100 off of Jokic. But to me, if you're paying up for someone, I think Embiid is the guy that's worth it.